Hi, I'm Theresa and welcome back to Sappho's Library. It is so weird, let me tell you, to finally say that, but here we are, and a lot has changed since I last uploaded 2 years ago, but I think it makes most sense to start with this: how I fell back in love with life, with creativity, and with reading. And whilst I was planning this video, I came across this quote on Instagram which just perfectly encapsulates everything I want to say with this video, and that is, "It is July and I have hope in who I'm becoming," which is from Everything Changed When I Forgave Myself by Charlotte Erickson. And it's tricky to find a place to start this story because in many ways it's been going on since I left Sappho's Library 2 years ago. But I think the best starting point for this video is when I finished my degree back in May and I graduated. I graduated last month. I donned my cap and gown. Unfortunately, I hated that cap with everything in me, and I crossed the stage and I got my degree. And graduating is a weird feeling. I've said to friends before that I feel most myself at university. I absolutely loved studying for my degree, which is French, Spanish and Latin American Studies, by the way. The program that I was on meant that I got to work with all of my favourite things, language of course, but also culture and stories. And these stories spanned across novels, across film, series, history, art, music, everything. And of course, whilst I was at university, I had my friends, my social life, everything condensed into this one little campus. And so losing that structure was weird. And I was prepared for the depressive episode that followed. The same has happened almost every year, every summer holidays since I was in school. Something about losing that structure just leaves me completely unmoored and unable to do anything. And it didn't help that the past couple of years of just busyness and stress of uni had just destroyed any of the hobbies that I did, and I'd lost some of my friendships. I didn't read anymore, I didn't do anything. All that I had left to do was just look for a job. And there was no sudden moment where all of this changed. But moments like spending time with my girlfriend and with my family, rereading a new favourite book and an old favourite series, and getting my actual dream job just all contributed. And this job represented new structure, new challenges, new people in my life, and this all contributed to just kickstarting my brain again. And I've always loved having a job that I don't have to bring home with me, I don't have to worry about as soon as I clock out. But now having one that I actually enjoy going to is just the best feeling in the world. And the creative nature of the job unlocked that side of me, which has long felt dormant, just crushed under academic stress and self-doubt and self-imposed pressure and anxiety. That this part of me that honestly I felt like I lost long before I actually officially left Sappho's Library. And so with this renewed energy, this renewed creativity, I was desperate to put it to good use. And Sappho's Library has always been one of my favourite things I've ever done, and I missed posting and I missed the community that we'd built so fiercely. And so of course what I wanted to do with all of this new energy was to put it right back into Sappho's Library. And here we are, I guess. I did relaunch Instagram at the beginning of the year, and that didn't go exactly as planned because I just did not have the energy, the motivation to post around the joys of the final semester of uni. And I was still very much struggling, and have been struggling, with this pressures around posting and this complete self-doubt and anxiety. And I've taken a very gentle approach with myself where it's fine that something's not perfect, that I've forgotten stories exist again for another week, or that I've just not uploaded in a month. And this gentle approach of knowing that the world will not fall apart if I do not post, if my post is not perfect, has really alleviated so much of the stress. And now I'm loving posting and creating content and putting together lists and planning things. Like, I am so excited for what's to come, and just so grateful to have reached this point again after a few years of just being so wary of Instagram. I've also learned though that you can't just have one thing, that having just one thing on your mind all of the time, that you're the only thing you're working towards or do anything related to, it's all consuming and you burn out, and then when you lose that, you lose everything. And I know that because that's exactly what I did with Sappho's Library and with reading, to the point that I hated it. And So I have been picking up a variation of hobbies. I've been doing so many different things in order to prevent that ever happening again, to become more well-rounded. Over winter, I finally learned how to crochet after meaning to for years. And even though I abandoned my first project when things got busy at uni, and when I messed up a little bit, like look at this guy's angry face, I really enjoyed picking it back up again recently. And filling the creative well is so important too. I rediscovered my love of gaming thanks to my girlfriend this year, and now we often spend an evening on the PlayStation or updating each other on our Sims builds. She is number one Sims fan. Gaming is my favourite newish stress-free activity, and I absolutely love this different way of taking in a story or even creating my own and spending time with my girlfriend doing something she loves as well. And I had a goal this year as well to watch more films and series because I didn't find myself doing this very much when I was reading lots, and I wanted more variation in the stories that I consume. And it's been so great. I found so many wonderful films I wouldn't have otherwise, and just a new love of cinema, when before I always saw it as almost lesser than books because I found much less depth in it. I'm now appreciating filmmaking as a completely different manner in telling a story. And finally, after time away, I've fallen back in love with reading, which I'm just overjoyed about. One of the main reasons I left Sappho's library, which I didn't publicly share, was that I just no longer enjoyed reading. And reading had turned from this fun, relaxing hobby that I did for myself and I shared with my friends or some people online, into this really pressure-filled, stressful activity because I was always thinking about content, about reviews, about like deadlines for early copy reviews and all of these things that I couldn't just turn off and enjoy a story. Rediscovering my love of reading has been this very slow start-stop process over the past couple of years, and I can't imagine I will ever be reading 100 books again, but I'm having fun, and reading's not been fun for a while, so I'm overjoyed. And I'm also exploring new genres and themes that sometimes felt inaccessible within like the constraints of what I had built the Sappho's Library brand to be, and having this assortment of hobbies available to me is really, really grounding. I'm spoiled for choice, honestly, in what I'm going to do with my free time now. I'm no longer just like doom scrolling, procrastinating, choosing something, so I'm just so indecisive or panicked by picking something up and starting something new. And now that I have this energy and this creativity and this desire to do new things, I'm finally doing all of those things I've been saying I'll be doing for years. You know the list of things where like, one day I'll do that, one day I'm doing them. It's great, I recommend it, it feels really wonderful. Some of them take 10 minutes, but we're doing them. Namely, I'm decorating my room. So my dad and my stepmom moved here when I was living abroad, so this was a couple of years ago, right before I left Sappho's library. And at that point I was so burnt out, I was so low energy, I did not have decorating a room available to me. I could not do that. But now I am. And it's a very, very slow process. I've only just started, I've not gotten very far, but I'm having a really, really great time with it. I've had 2 major wardrobe clear outs, one at my mum's, one at my dad's. We love being a child of divorce. It means when you tidy your room, you have to do it twice. Choosing things to put in my room that I love, that bring me joy, I've really created this space that I love. And now that I'm in this positive space, both physically and mentally, I'm feeling more myself again for the first time in a good while. And I've grown a lot since leaving Sappho's library, and I think I've learned what I need to do to not burn out again and to recognise these signs when I'm getting too overwhelmed and anxious. And so I feel ready to come back and so excited to be back making videos again and really working on developing this new, more grown-up era, more varied, intentional era of Sappho's library. And so here we are, approaching the end of the story, or at least the to be continued, as I've been working on this video, writing it, planning it, capturing all these little snippets of film, and I've been having an amazing time just getting to embrace this creative part of my brain and to make what I've always dreamed of making. Everything hasn't always gone to plan, and I found myself at a block when it came to the direction I wanted this video to take more than once. but that's never overshadowed how good it's felt to simply just create again and to create something that I'm really, really proud of. And I knew with this new era of Sappho's Library, right from the very beginning, that I wanted to have a creative, intentional approach to filmmaking and create content that I was really, truly proud of. And in doing so, I've been inspired by so many other creators and friends. I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge some of them. First of all, this video would not have happened without my friend Amanda's continued support throughout all the idea stages, through researching together the videos we wanted to make, and then through watching her put what we've learned into action. Amanda gave me the confidence and the drive to relaunch Sappho's Library, and I'm so, so grateful for her friendship and for everything she does. There's also, of course, Joel from Fictional Fates, who I've always admired as a creator, but whose semi-recent now video on creativity really struck a chord with me. And in more general, less bookish terms, there are also creators like Life of Riza who take vlogging to a whole new level in terms of cinematography and storytelling, and I'm just in awe. So thank you so much to all of these friends and creators who have inspired me and have put their content out into the world. And thank you to you who have watched this video, whether this is your first Sappho's Library video or you've been here since the start. I've missed you so much and I'm so glad to be back. And to bring this story to its close, one last little piece of news is that this morning, in some strange cosmic turn of events, I received and also accepted an unconditional offer to my top choice for my master's program. And so this moment in my life right now is really just one of new beginnings and of rediscovering myself, and I'm so, so excited to see where it will take me next. And so thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to join me on this journey, you can subscribe to my channel below, follow my Instagram, all my links, all these people I've shouted out will be down below. Leave a like, leave a comment if you don't know what to say, a little heart emoji and I'll know you're here and you enjoyed, and I'll see you with another video soon.